Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is today's project. I am super excited to be bringing you some more of our coordinating dies and products that are coming out. So it's the 4th of February. This is the die set that goes with the free Celebration stamp set. So this is the stamp set you get for free with a £45 order, which to be fair, I love it on its own. And then we've now got birthday dies that go with it, and they will die cut you a freestanding cake stand, freestanding leaves and little filigree bits, which I guess would echo those. But what you can do, and what I'm going to do, is you can die cut the whole of the cake like that in its entirety, flowers and all, and then this will separately cut out the flowers, which is exactly what I've done. You can see it's under there, it's that extra layer. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to do different colours for my blends work. And the paper I've used is actually from Parisian Blossoms, and I have pulled out Parisian Blossoms again, but a different pattern. So as you can see, that's the Parisian that side, but I wanted this lovely pool party. Okay, so first up, to make the box, piece of cardstock 8 by 11 inches, 20.5 by 28 centimetres. On the long side, score it at 3.5, 5.25, 8 3/4, 10.5 inches, which in metric is 9, 13.5, 22.5, 27, and then turn it round, and on the short side score it at 1 3/4 and 6.25, which is 4.5 and 16. Why have I written 20.5? Oh no, that's because the whole size of the box. Okay. Somebody commented during Celebration and said, please only work in metric. I'm not going to do that because the UK is both metric and imperial. We're actually officially metric, but we know both. And I have people who know both. I know both. My mum only knows imperial. Some people of a younger generation only know metric. I also have people all over the world who watch my videos, in particular North America, or rather America itself, the United States, who work only in imperial. So I will always continue to do both, and the reason is so that I don't get lots of questions saying, Sam, can you change it into imperial? What are the metric measurements? What are the imperial measurements? It's simpler just to do both. And you don't have to write them down. They're all written on my blog. If you click open the description bar below, it will take you directly to, or there will be a link that will take you to this specific project, and you will be able to see all of the written measurements there, and you can choose to work with whichever ones you want. So that's why I do both and will always do both. And I'm fortunate that I happen to know both. I'm the right generation of the 1970s. I was born in 1974, and so I know both. We were taught both, and actually my children are kind of getting to know both. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm trimming down the closure. So keep your rectangles straight and wedge into the squares. And we're going to do exactly the same top and bottom. Regarding measurements, yes, I do carry an awful lot in my head. I carry a lot of numbers in my head, full stop. I carry numbers of how my team are getting on, where they're looking to promote. I carry my own numbers in my head, you know, regarding my own activity. I also carry an awful lot of measurements in my head. I never thought I was particularly great at maths when I was at school. I had a great teacher and I thoroughly enjoyed being in her classes. Never thought that sort of this whole thing was me. Right, okay, let me give you a bunch more measurements. So, designer series paper, we need 4 bits for the front and back. I will say I don't mind the question. I don't mind somebody saying please only work in one. Absolutely, you can ask me anything, but there is a reason why I do both, so it's not a criticism of her. Okay, I need 2 pieces for the front like that. I need 1 for a top, and I need 2 more pieces like that. So 4.25 by 3.25, those 2 inches, which is 11 by 8.5 centimetres. These 2 are 4.25 by 1.5 wide, which is 11 by 4, and then this one here at the top is 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. Actually, it's going to go, which one is it? I don't remember which one it's going to go on just yet. I'll put it on in a minute. So have all of those ready, and I would suggest sticking them on first before you build the box. It's definitely easier. I fully suspect this is going to be quite a long video because I haven't even started stamping and colouring yet. Shall we have a chat? Why not? What's been your favourite celebration item? Leave a comment. Let me know which one's your favourite. Or favourites. I'm not sure that I have a complete favourite. I absolutely adore the small balloon punch. I'm a real punch girl. So yeah, kind of liking that one. I really like this particular stamp set actually, because I do get to quite nicely relaxed, gently do some colouring. Love the golden honey paper. How could I forget that? Okay, right, so that's the back. This one's going to be the front. This one here. It's not going to be the, yes, it will be the front. And the top. Okay, so fold in, find the back again. I've lost the back. There's the back. Fold in 2 sides and the back. And I'm going to run some adhesive along here. And then the top, fold in the 2 sides and the back and fold that over, and that is actually how it's going to stay shut, except of course we're going to put some ribbon on it. So I have got the mini striped ribbon, and this one is in Bermuda Bay, so we're all about these lovely bright blues today. So I've got Pool Party cardstock, Bermuda Bay on here. I did mint macaron on this one, and I don't know who she's calling to. Chris cleaned up all my scissors for me after Christmas. He came in, well, after Christmas they were all quite grubby because, you know, small children went, I need scissors to wrap a present, and came into my office, and they were all quite grubby. And then he came in to join me the other day while I was crafting, and he put the telly on, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to listen to Ian Wright in the morning. Well, it's not even Ian Wright anymore, it's Jeremy Vine, who, to be fair, I quite like, but listening to the TV is not quite the same as watching the TV. And I said, if you've got nothing to do, darling, here's all my scissors. And I presented him with the lot. These are just my snips. And I have 3 big pairs of scissors as well. So he cleaned them all. Okay, right, I've got some white cardstock here. I've got my Happy Birthday free stamp set. And I'm going to stamp it twice with Memento ink. Just dropped my blocks. Okay. It doesn't need to be perfectly straight or anything like that. So I've got Memento that I've just thrown on the floor and covered myself with. Okay, it's under the desk. There we go. Grab a baby wipe from my hand. Oh, for goodness sake. I have these in my desk actually to clean my desktops. I don't clean rubber stamps with baby wipes or wet wipes or anything like that. It's not good for them. But yeah, I clean my desk with them. Okay. It's a good job I'm wearing really dark jeans, isn't it? Because it did go via my leg before it hit the floor. Okay, so Memento, I do a twist tap tap technique. So I'm going to stamp it once. And I'm going to do it again because obviously I want to die cut those flowers. It's quite a big stamp, so I'm using this on an E-block. Okay. So let's clear some space. And grab my big shots. So I've got a magnetic platform, a clear plate, and my 2 dies. I'm going to get those out. And I'm just going to patiently line it all up. I'm die cutting before I colour. I have made that mistake before, where I've spent an absolute age colouring and then I've die cut it and wibbled. And that's just no fun. Doesn't sound good, does it? It's absolutely fine. Oopsie. So there's the bits I don't need. And the bits I do. Move that out of the way. So I'm going to hope that this memento has got nice and dry. So the colours I pulled for this one, I used Flirty Flamingo and Mint Mackerel on that one, but I pulled out Bermuda Bay this time and Call Me Clover. So let's get a little bit closer for you. No idea how this is going to come out because I haven't done it for a while, but I'm also just going to scribble off to make sure that's not leaky. Oh, I think that's going to be too dark. Oh no, that's going to be far too dark. Oh, lane swerve. Let's bring out Pool Party. That's the light, and that's the... Oh, that's much better. Okay, so if you haven't seen me doing blends work before, I don't do it too scientifically. I'm colouring and having fun. So all I'm doing is I'm colouring all round the first flower, avoiding the centre, and then I'm going to come in where I think it might be dark. And then I'm going to go over it again, and that colour's going to blend out. My neighbour behind me is having an extension and they've got an issue going on. So that we're actually shouting at each other. They had gone quiet and I thought they'd sorted out their issue. Apparently not. I might have to pause if they get too shouty. Fortunately, they're not sweary. Otherwise, I would have had a word. I have dual aspect windows here, so I have in my office, the window I'm sat in at the moment faces the front, but I have a window immediately behind me, the other side of the office that faces out the back, and that's where they are. Okay, so there's a couple of times. Oh, there's a bit that didn't pop out of the centre. I love doing this kind of blend work because it's just gentle. I look really good though after it. I've said this before, Stampin' Up makes me look good. Right, so that's the pale one, and then on the darker one I'm going to take the other end and do these little, I don't know if you'd call them buds, those little bits. Right, and then Call Me Clover, and I wonder if that's going to be, I think that should be okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to go over all of the leaves with my lighter one. I can't decide which I think is the more grass green, Shaded Spruce or Call Me Clover. I can't decide. Whenever I come to do stuff like this, I'm like, I don't know which one to use. I don't know. So, and then a bit of the dark, just following the veins of these leaves. Back in again with the pale. I need yellow that I forgot to put in. Daffodil Delight for the centre of those flowers. So I'm just going to pop that to one side, and then in this one, obviously I don't need to colour the flowers because they're going to get covered up, but I do want to colour the cake. So I've got light smoky slate for the cake stand, And all I'm doing is I'm going over more and more and more on the left with the same colour, and it just darkens it on the left and it gives it a bit of shadow. And then I've got the ivory marker, which I think is just quite a nice colour, just quite a nice shade for a cake. And I'm not going to blend it as such, you know, to give shadow or anything like that. I'm just decorating the cake. I'm icing the cake. And even though I'm avoiding where the flowers would be, it doesn't really matter, but it's better to do that. Okay, so let's keep those out of the way, grab some dimensionals. There's a cat just appeared in my peripheral vision. She just walked in. And that's going to go over there. And more on the back of this. I don't remember if I gave you the dimensions of the box. I'll do that now. Oh, I've just stuck it to my fingernail. So I'm just going to come in the centre. So it measures 4.5 inches tall, 3.5 inches wide and 1 3/4 inches deep, which in metric is 11.5 by 9 by 4.5. And I think that is a rather lovely birthday box for somebody. Fill it with treats, fill it with sweets, all sorts of yummy goodies. I've just realised I didn't zoom out. There we go. 4.5 inches tall, 3.5, 1 3/4, 11.5 centimetres, 9, 4.5. A lovely birthday box. I think it's really nice, really charming. Loves the die cut detailing. Hope you do too. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.